Now, 7 years ago, players stepped out of Vault 76 for the first time, and we had two missions as we explored Appalachia: figure out where the Overseer went, and figure out what exactly went on in this post-apocalyptic wasteland after the bombs fell. We were met with deers that had two heads. We were met with cows that had two heads. We did not recognize a lot of creatures, and some creatures seemed somewhat familiar. Through our journeys, we piecemealed what went on with the factions in Appalachia, and we almost met up with our Overseer. It wasn't until the Wastelanders DLC that we met up with the Overseer, and NPCs started to show up to Appalachia and give us little tidbits of information about what's going on in the world. And then later, we got a map expansion into the Skyline Valley, where we learned about the Lost. We learned about Vault 63 and the experiments that were going on throughout a section of the wasteland that we knew nothing about. And now, with the Burning Springs update, opening up Ohio to our west, there are more mysteries, more lore, more notes, more terminals, and more holotapes that we have to figure out what has been going on in Ohio. And y'all, you definitely want to hear about this stuff because you have questions about the Rust King, you might be having questions about the Enclave vertibird, and we might have found something. Now, if you're looking for this downed vertibird, it's going to be located south of Athens right here on your map. And big thanks to King Fanman. While I was on his podcast this past weekend, he said that he found it south of Athens but couldn't remember exactly where it was. And it took me about an hour or so to find it. And it's really in a hidden spot. And it's one of those things that Ken had asked me. You may know him, Ken from Fallout for Hope. Absolute amazing person. Tells great stories. Genuinely a great individual. I'll have him linked down in the description below. He asked me, which way is the vertibird facing? Because that could mean that if it's going west to east, maybe the west coast or maybe a facility where they test things is going to be going to the east coast, maybe not necessarily stopping in Appalachia, but flying over to the east coast side of the Enclave. Or if they're going east coast to west coast and it's facing west, then that could mean that the East Coast is going over to the West Coast. And now, as we know, Fallout 76 is the first Fallout game, and there's a lot of lore implications because, friends, it was going from the west to the east, and I don't think that Appalachia was its final destination. Now, the reason that I think this is because I was having a conversation with Nawal when we were talking on the phone about his coverage for the New York event that we got invited to for Fallout 76 to get a hands-on early test on the Burning Springs update. And he posed the question to me, well, Jason, what if the Rust King is inside of that cage and got out? And, well, friends, the Rust King was inside of that cage. Listen to this holotape.
Damn. How much longer till we get there, pilot?
Not much longer, sir. ETA should be another 45 minutes.
Right. Right. Do you think you could ease up? All this turbulence might wake the subject.
Apologies, sir. I'll see what...
Oh, God. We have to land right now.
But, sir, we need to...
Land the goddamn bird right now. Land now. Get us down now. Pathetic.
Now, while I'm no Fallout historian, I did stay in a super duper mart the other day, and I had a theory pop up in my head a long time ago, and it's one that you might have as well, and it's that the US government was definitely doing experiments on humans before the war. We know about the experiments to turn humans into pre-war ghouls, so what would stop the US government that took over the FEV project to test on humans and maybe the Rust King was actually a test subject that was being shown off at a black site. So I pulled up a flight calculator to see in current time how long it would take to go from Ohio to Washington, D.C., and it's about 41 minutes. And the reason that I asked that, and I pulled up that calculator, is because he asked, when are we getting to our location? And they say a 45-minute ETA. And now, while I don't think vertibirds are going 375 knots in the sky, we've seen them flying, I could see this landing in a black site on the east side of Appalachia, just east of where our map stops, maybe closer towards the capital wasteland, which could be a future update for Fallout 76. And as we know, Carl said that maybe we see the Rust King in future updates to Fallout 76. Maybe we see more of them, but I gotta know, what's your theory behind this? Was the Rust King made before the war and he's just been living in Ohio, taking over the place? Or maybe this was something done after the bombs fell. Personally, for me, I believe this is a pre-war super mutant that was being shown off to show what the project is capable of. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Thanks so much for taking time out of your busy day to check this video out, and thank you so much to the channel members for the continued support, y'all. Have a great, wonderful day out there in the wasteland. Peace. Love ya.